Welcome, horror fans. Today we're counting down the top 5 horror villains based on their weapons. Let's go. Number 5, Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead is proof that swamp witches make better grief counselors. She won't just let you cry on her shoulder. She'll help you manifest a 8-foot-tall revenge demon raised from a cursed grave in a pumpkin patch cemetery. Yep, hence the name. That tears through people like they owe him money. Weapon of choice? Himself. He has crazy talons and unfair strength. Why he ranks? Pumpkinhead is a very real, scary threat to the viewer, much more so than a regular horror movie. He's based on a father's grief in the form of a tall, skeletal, gargoyle-like creature. And he stalks with intent, not mindless rage. Basically, he's the embodiment of pissed off. 4. The Tall Man, Phantasm. Don't expect sympathy from this funeral director. On your worst day, the tall man is death itself. It doesn't run, it just waits for you, even in your dreams. And if that weren't enough, the tall man has you running for your life in fear of his weapon of choice, his big flying killer balls. These metal flying drones have drill bits that mount to your skull and drill your brains out. How's that for a bad day? Why he ranks? Because even though he's never received the commercial success of some of our other villains on this list, the Tall Man and Phantasm are pretty mainstream in one aspect, fear of the afterlife. Plus, the Tall Man could be a good stand-in for any high school PE teacher from hell.
You play a good game, boy, but the game is finished. Now you die.
3. Chucky, Child's Play. Ah, gifts for the kids. One day you are an overworked single mom scraping together a good guy doll for your lonely son's birthday, and the next you're running from a 2-foot-tall rubber puppet that claims to be safe for ages 3 and up. In fairness, not all good guy dolls came with a serial killer's soul.
Stupid bitch!
Freddy Krueger's wit, Hannibal Lecter's ego, and Deadpool's mouth. Just the one inhabited by Charles Lee Ray, a serial killer that used a voodoo spell to transfer his soul into an inanimate doll instead of going to prison. How's that for escaping justice? His weapon of choice. The little freak is proof that size doesn't matter when you're holding a steak knife. But Chucky has shown that he will kill you with whatever's in arm's reach. Hammers, guns, syringes, lawnmowers, glass shards, and even his own tiny doll hands. And with his crazy resilience, he's unstoppable. Chucky has been shot, stabbed, burned, and melted, and keeps coming back with a quip and a plan. He's loud, lethal, and impossible to ignore. Why he ranks? It's scarier that Chucky didn't follow the rules of horror. He didn't haunt a specific bloodline or get summoned by a ritual. He's a self-serving, shortcut-taking, rule-breaking modern killer who refused to die and found a life hack through black magic. In short, he cheated and escaped retribution and turned a child's toy into a vessel for violence. He's freaky and effective.
Good night, Chucky.
Hello?
Number 2, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th.
What are you doing out in this mess?
Psychologically, Jason is horror's embodiment of the boogeyman in search of moral justice. He's not just killing, he's balancing the scales. And if you're in the wrong place, doing the wrong thing, you're going to find yourself very balanced across a tree trunk.
Never have opened this place again.
At his
There's
core,
been so much
Jason taps
trouble
into a
here.
very specific fear, the fear of
Did you
being
know the
forgotten.
young boy
He was
drowned
left to drown while
the
the
year before
adults
those
were,
2 others
well,
were
let's let
killed?
Jason's mother, Pamela
Counselors
Voorhees,
weren't paying
explain.
any attention. They were making love while that young boy drowned. His name was Jason. Jason should have been watched every minute. He wasn't a very good swimmer.
Now that we've unpacked the emotional damage, let's talk about the actual damage. Because if Jason is trauma incarnate, then his kills are therapy sessions. Just not the kind covered by your HMO. Jason Voorhees is more than just a slasher icon. He's not a killer for the thrill, or even a monster born bad. No, Jason is a contradiction with a machete. He's trauma and punishment, memory and myth. He's both the victim of a tragedy and the enforcer of a moral code nobody asked for. Why Jason ranks? Jason crosses genres. He starts as human, becomes undead, And by Jason X, he's a full-on sci-fi Frankenstein. Fire, bullets, drowning, space, nothing keeps him down. Number 1, and arguably one of the most creatively dangerous horror antagonists of all time, Freddy Krueger. What is Freddy without dreams? He's a dude in a crusty sweater, with knives on his fingers, lurking in a boiler room like a janitor with unresolved issues. Yeah, the glove is iconic. The hat? Strong choice. But outside the dream world, he's just your weird Uncle Freddy who never moved out of his mom's basement and says, "Want to see something cool?" before showing you a felony. But slap in the dream mechanic? Suddenly he's a horror god. You're not safe in your room. You're not safe under the covers. You're not even safe in REM sleep. He doesn't just stab you, he turns your own brain into the murder weapon. That's next level evil. Here's the real trick. Freddy taps into something primal. We need sleep. We love dreams. But now dreams are deadly. You're being punished for resting. That's horror gold. It's weaponized insomnia. The reason Freddy edges out Jason, however, are the jokes. Freddy doesn't just kill your body, he roasts your soul first.
This is it, Jennifer. Your big break in TV. Welcome to prime time.
For instance, most horror villains rely on silence and dread. Freddy flips it.
How's this for a wet dream?
And that throws you off. While you're trying to figure out what's real, he's already mocking your haircut and turning your intestines into a balloon animal. And besides all that, Freddy's jokes aren't just funny, they're deeply personal.
Who gives a fuck what you think?
You can run from slashers, you can hide from ghosts, but you can't outrun sleep. And that's where he lives. That's why Freddy Krueger is the GOAT.
Don't fall asleep.
And there you have it. Our top 5 horror villains and the weapons that make them legends. From Freddy's nightmare claws to Jason's brutal machete, these icons don't just kill, they haunt your thoughts and make you fear what you can't escape. Whether it's Pumpkinhead's claws tearing through vengeance or Chucky's maniacal charm, these villains have left their marks in horror history. And let's not forget the tall man, whose silver balls turned death into an art form. Which of these villains do you think has the most terrifying weapon? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the countdown, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you never miss out on more horror breakdowns. Until next time, keep the lights on, because you never know who's lurking in the dark.